Hello, it's Bill with the Colorado 4x4 van, and I got us some spare couple hours this afternoon, and the temperature's right, and the weather's right, and we're going to go ahead and insulate this thing. Been waiting for quite a while with the baby and all work and all the other stuff going on, gardening, you name it. It's been hard to get over here and get anything done, but this afternoon I got everything pretty much caught up, stabilized anyway. Wife and daughter and stepson are out having lunch, so I'm gonna get it done, and we'll see how this goes. I'll film it, and hopefully there'll be some good footage for you guys.
Some leg tonight for sure. Tell us how you do.
Come on, Dave, give me a break.
Hey, one break coming up. Change, ain't nothing stays the same. Change, yeah, you hit the ground running. Change, ain't nothing stays the same. Change, yeah, you hit the ground running. Change.
So here I have it all done. The total spray time was about an hour, and that includes going back over some spots a couple of times. This definitely frothed up more than my last kit I used for the van pod. See spots like this that are too tall. That was one go over that I kind of went over it a little too much all at once. That last kit I had, I would have had to go over this about 3 coats to get that thick. So it worked out okay. I'll have some shaving to do to make everything level before I sheet it, but that's all right. But yeah, happy with the result. It took some time to go back. You got to go back over every angle to make sure you got it all. But I still have about 1/3 of those tanks, maybe a little more. 1/3 of the tanks left, so I can use that for touch-up if I see some spots. When I do the back, after I sheet this, I'm going to insulate the back from the outside. So I'll do all that, and then anything else I want to do after my initial build in, if I wanted to, for instance, insulate the toe kicks on the floor. Once I build those in, if I want to do that, I can use that. So I've got some left over. And because it's a two-part deal, it doesn't turn to foam until it mixes together after the gun there. So in that hose, it should stay fine for quite a while before I need to. So I should be able to store it like this and use it a week or 2 or 3 or whenever I get to it. But yeah, pretty happy with the result. I'll shave it down and get it sheeted next. Going to use 1/4 inch birch to plywood to sheet this, and then the next thing I'll build will be the bed frame, because it's the one thing that goes the full width of the camper. And I've got some engineering. That's going to be a huge engineering feat underneath here, so I'm probably going to tackle that first to get the water tanks, propane tanks separated, and all the associated systems. Haven't been able to find a Truma dealer where I can get a Truma furnace water heater combination. The few places here in the States that I've contacted are just service centers. They don't actually sell them. They just have a guy that's trained to troubleshoot them and work on them. So I may be going to a Propex heater and a Malaga water heater, 2 separate units. And if I do that, the water heater will be sitting somewhere over here. The Propex, I think I'll use the 2800 model. Will probably mount to the wall back there. And I've got some through-hole stainless steel fittings for exhaust and intake that are used on like sailboats and stuff like that, for bilge pumps and stuff like that. They're made out of stainless steel, so you can so they won't melt, or the weather won't affect them or anything like that. So I'm thinking about that, and I have some other ideas to do underneath here. I think I'm going to waterproof everything under here. The biggest problem I've seen so far that people report is they have problems with their water tanks. Something fails, or their plumbing fails under here, and they flood their camper, and it ruins the floor and anything else it comes in contact with. So I think I'm going to build this underneath bed unit waterproof, epoxy it, so it'll be all waterproof in there, and I'll have a pump in here. I have a floor drain also, but I also have a pump in here that'll go through the side, or maybe through the floor. I haven't decided yet. And then so if I do have a failure and that 100 gallons of water is pumping out into here, or seeping out into here, it'll pump outside, and yeah, I might not have water, but at least it won't destroy the whole camper. Because remember, I'm going to have tongue and groove wood floor in here. If water got under that, that'd be a disaster. So some things I'm thinking about. That'll be the next steps, but the next official step will be shaving down and sheeting, and I'm looking forward to that. I'll have a video update for you when that gets going. Until next time.